System. This is Balanced Brew, and I'm going to be playing Dragon Quest XI today. Started this channel with the pure goal that I'm a inherently procrastinating and lazy individual, and if I make myself think of it as a job, even though it's not, regardless if anyone listens, I'll actually complete games that I spent money on instead of just hoarding them like some weird dragon. So this is Dragon Quest XI. It's one of my favorites. It is a very fun, very lighthearted adventure. It's like the granddaddy of JRPGs as far as like an American and influence goes. Predates Final Fantasy by like a year. I think the first one does. They don't pump out quite as many. Final Fantasy's up to 16 now. This is just 11, but it does have quite a few like side games and projects and different stuff like that. So we are going to do. You can make it harder with Draconian Quest. It's not anything that I want to do. It's just hard. All enemies are super strong. Do not recommend if you're just looking to have a good time. Main game's fine. The bosses are just kind of a pain. Happy with the name Aether? Yes, I am. So we begin. They built this whole game to be played in either 3D or they built a 2D mode like the old school games are played in, which I think is really neat that they went through and actually did that. You don't see that art style alive and well in a lot of games these days, especially when they kind of like retro date it, make it look a lot older than it actually is. There are portions of the game where like that we'll get to that you have to do in 2D mode that are like these adventures into the past. So we will do those as well, don't worry, but for now we're just going to stick with the main bulk of the game. Yes, 3D mode. Well, I think it would have been fun. What I just clicked there was Japanese or English. Would have been fun to do Japanese up to a point. There's not very much voice acting, but it would probably surprise me to just be randomly talked at in Japanese by some of these characters at some point. So, alright. Yeah, we're going to go with automatic because I think it'll be a little more cinematic. But it's just because I'm going to be very like aggressive with it, and it's probably not going to look as good. Just to show you what 40 looks like. So that's 50. I think it looks too saturated, too bright. 40 looks a little. 35. They nailed it. Like, don't know how they came to that as their starter, but I think they absolutely killed it. All right, adventure log created successfully. Here we go. These events are very important for the basis of the game, but you won't really understand this for quite a few more hours.
He is the one.
There's the mark. There's no mistaking it.
That would be cute little us. Those little ghostly guys that pop up, I think they're called cockles, I believe is the name like manage time or something. You see him everywhere in the game, but. Love the music in this game. Uses a lot of orchestral sounds.
Oh my. What in heavens are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive? Oh, you're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
That would be basically our Grandpa Gohan, essentially, if you're a big Dragon Ball fan. Also, art style of this game is from Akira Toriyama, who did Dragon Ball, so that's why a lot of these may remind you of Dragon Ball.
Thanks so much. Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony.
A lot of them have different varieties of like a UK accent, or reflective upon like the country that a lot of the continents in this game are like based on a different region in the real world.
So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there.
Our character never speaks. I think he makes surprise noises.
Looks like... Come on.
So this is some sort of ritual that we have to do as a turning of age. Climb this big old rock. But what I'm going to do is... every game, gotta make sure your equipment's... transfer that to the bag. Oh, that's right. You need to claim special rewards. Which are just like some DLC early active stuff. The Trodaine set is a set letting you basically look like the character from Dragon Quest VIII. The main character from that. And then this just gives us some useful in-game items. I'm going to stick with just what our character wears for the moment. Or on normal, no need to change things around too much. But I'm going to make him use a greatsword, just because he's one of like 2 characters that can actually use that in the game. So, and the whole one-handed and shields kind of like overplayed for the hero. Cobblestone Tor. I believe that's like...
Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it?
I believe that would be like reminiscent like the Nazca lines. If I'm saying that wrong, my apologies, but...
My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief?
Do herself a mischief. The accent grows on you.
Well, not to worry. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its...
I will accidentally skip words because moving the joystick also moves the dialogue along. Not just like the activation button. So, my apologies if I skip some dialogue.
Ah! Monsters!
Most of it can be figured out.
They're
Yeah,
coming
see,
this way.
she's not really like a breath of exposition.
Watch out!
We're gonna change it to classic camera. Freeform fighting, you could kind of move characters on, but it doesn't really make a difference. It's just kind of something in the way. This is now the standard, like, 4 lined up against however many enemies that, like, you would expect from a classic JRPG.
Fight, and fight some more! Get them!
These big old greatswords, kind of like Guts from Berserk, except for without all
You can do
the
it!
things that come with that universe. Dragon Quest couldn't have it.
Crikey, I wasn't expecting
Crikey.
that. I know they were only little, but I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me.
Those are like the flagship enemy of Dragon Quest, these slimes. They're
And now we've
awesome.
got to go through that horrible,
they're
dingy
like
cave.
if you say slime
Just
over in
our
Japan,
luck.
like they're recognizable.
I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from.
Although the other enemies in this game, as I'll show you here before too awful long, are like usually pun-based, which I kind of appreciate. Most people don't. Yeah, in this game, you need to look for chests everywhere. It's the classic RPG of... Oh, there's a little offshoot over here. Well, it's just a statue. Chook behind the statue. There's a pot that you can break, or there's a chest, guaranteed. That pot lid would be like the first shield they offer you in the game to go along with your light sword. All monsters can be seen in the overworld in 3D mode, which I like. All the predecessors to this, I should say, not predecessors. You couldn't see monsters in the overworld for the most part, so it just was random. You would just be walking, and then the screen shakes, transitions, and then you fight. This makes hunting monsters down for specific side quests and... Okay, B is the jump. I'm using gamepad, so it makes it a little harder to remember what jump is until I get into it. Yeah, you can free attack enemies, which doesn't do a whole lot, but sometimes it like catches them off guard, gets you an extra turn.
Crikey!
Not this chance, but case not chance. A wee bit under the weather.
Here you go. Go on.
And focusing on just talking normal is making me misspeak a lot. But don't focus too much on the dog. They are very weirdly animated when they spread out like that. I just try not to look at it too much. We don't have to deal with her for most of the game. So. Eventually we'll unlock a skill tree once we level up to 9. That'll be a lot. That skill tree is ever changing throughout the game, which I really like. Or like different story-based beats unlock different portions of it for different characters.
Go on. little blighters, aren't they?
I like
I'm
great swords in this
so
game
proud of you.
because a lot of them, like as you get higher, are just so much cooler. There's a Daikatana that's like really sweet. That will be quite a few hours down the line, but it's something you can craft that I think is awesome. There's one you can find as well. That, like, it's my favorite sword in the game. It's just not. It's good. It's not long term. The brew part of my name. I can't believe we've got this on. I have a adult beverage.
Phew.
Accompany me for every stream. Today's a strawberry lemonade with cherry juice and gin. Yeah, every stream I usually have either a beer or some kind of liquor or cocktail. In fact, there probably won't be a single stream I don't have one. I just
Go
was supposed to
on! You can do it! Go on!
mess that up. But
Phew.
it's the first one. It's allowed to be shitty. Okay, so this is the first non-slime enemy. Group of Needlers. So, yeah, it's less pun heavy, more just what they're holding, but...
Go on! You can do it!
kind of think if you have Gemma healing us, you didn't really need the dog,
Tough little
but I think they
blighters,
wanted
aren't
the
they?
intro to go a lot quicker, which makes sense. But it's still one of those where you're like, man, there's no enemies that are going to give you any trouble at all in the beginning of this. Here we go. Here's some pots. Yeah, who would leave random jars just lying around? I'm pretty sure we come back to this location later on in the game, like way, way later on. But I've never gotten to that point myself. Or at least can't remember if I have anyway. So those will be the craftable items we can pick up in the world. You can also get them from enemies when you kill them. The combat's not really that complicated, especially in the beginning. It'll start to ramp up once we've got our second companion. They'll start throwing you into fights where it's a little more, alright, we should pay attention. Up until you unlock companions 3 and 4. Then from there, it's all party, but it's all gravy.
Cool. Look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think?
Just waiting for her to throw out a bruv.
Help! Help me! What? Cole?
Yes. Some of these people don't have the accents that match
Quick,
everybody else.
You have to help him.
Elp. See, she said elp there. Like she's, oh my goodness. Liza. From, it's a
not
famous movie where they teach a Cockney girl how to speak proper English, and I can't think of it for life. My Fair Lady, I think it is. Could be wrong about that,
Watch
but
out!
it would be an older movie than that. I can't remember what it, but that elp really just dropping the H really did that for me. But
Fight, and fight some more!
the accents are not very like consistent in this game, so.
Go on! You can do it!
Yeah, her cheering on really is great for like the first one time she does it. Don't worry, it doesn't last long.
Fight and fight some
No.
more!
Yeah.
Tough little blighters, aren't they? Well done!
Man, still no skill points.
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you.
Yeah, he has like a light English, maybe broader UK
But then
accent.
those monsters appeared.
What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Sandy's very uncanny. I mean, you can look at her right now. I'm going to not jump ahead just so you get a chance, but I don't like the way she looks.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero.
Man, they're really loosely throwing hero around awful quick. I know it's a JRPG and you have to be the hero,
Not far
but
to
like,
the top.
you figure you'd get like more than a couple seconds in before somebody calls you a hero. I mean, my goodness. I guess, well, we're small village people, so not like the people that sing YMCA, but like from a small village. So like, I guess maybe her bar for hero is like, I was gonna get kind of hurt by a smog or a little slime. You're my hero. It's quite a significant amount of time more before we actually do anything heroic. Yeah, let me just jump down 30 feet. I sometimes look around to see if there's like a trail somewhere that is much like hidden, even though the map shows you everything that's there. So like, if you just looked at the mini map, you could steer yourself around, but it tricks you into thinking that there's like more going on.
Here we are at last. It's such a shame about the weather. I was really looking forward to that view.
Well, that sucks.
Well, we better say the prayer and get this ceremony over with, eh? What was that?
That would be a Hades condor, I believe is what they're called. See, the only noise he makes is grunts. That's it. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember fighting a Hades condor. They are an enemy for, like, end of Act 1. They are usually a tough enemy in any of these games. They're just bulky.
But how? That great big flat... Look! The mark on your hand!
It is glowing, yeah. You got eyes.
Huh? Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Probably be dead.
Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Lift your
to a rhyme.
voices up in prayer. Sing it across all our drear.
All right. You kind of forced that one a little
Blessed
bit.
are we since days of yore. Let it be so forevermore.
Only true rhyme in the whole poem. Sweet. All right. I'm going to imagine that might be confirmation that whatever religion they are is real.
Wow! Look!
Usually people in these games either pray to the Almighty or the Goddess. It flips back and forth, but it's basically the same thing. It's either the Almighty or the female version of the Almighty in every game. There's no...
It just goes on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is.
That we're just backwater hillbillies that don't know nothing.
Well, that's it. It's all over and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone?
Why not?
They'll all be waiting for...
I've already killed like 20 creatures. I figured that would make him more of an adult. And... Thank you for that sped up process. I figured that'd make him more of an adult than just saying a prayer at the top of a mountain. He's killed. He's got blood on his sword. There's that really ugly looking dog. Here's a priest. Definitely looks Amish. Yep, I think the spirit watches all over us. Which is weird, because they like pray to the spirit of the land, but also like pretty sure he's a priest of like the goddess, I believe, is the one in this one. I can't.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you.
Yeah, I think we'll be alright. See, yeah, we never talk. Either explains what happened on top of the tour, which I like.
Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it. The spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah, it was your first time up there. That would explain why you haven't seen anything like it in your life, you know?
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw like a floating tree in the middle of the country. That might be something a little higher than that rock, but...
You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind.
I'm gonna assume it's like tomorrow. I was about to say really close, but pretty sure it's
I
tomorrow.
hope our little ceremony has opened your eye. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
I don't know what other name that they would have picked for the mom's name in this, but
Come on.
it is weird to be in like a medieval setting. They're like, oh, that's Amber. Yeah. What is it? Tiffany's just down the road. Yeah, her, that's Graceland. Like, it's just, I don't know what old-timey names I was expecting, but it's just, it is surprising the first time to... We're going to go up and check this view up here, because the loot goblin in me knows that there's some pots to be broken on top. Yeah, they didn't need to make this ladder this long, but... Ooh, pots and barrels? Wood with banded metal around it? Yeah, that didn't take a craftsman a long time to make. We got ourselves a seed of agility, which will... Yeah, it's funny that she's like, oh, I've never seen a view, like, remotely close to that. I don't know, you have, like, a whole view of the village that's pretty good from right here. Alright, well, I think we're supposed to go talk to me, Mom. Mom, I think, is the way that they would say it. is over this way. Oh, if only I couldn't find one of 8 houses in the village that my mother lives in.
Oh! Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up.
Yeah, it is weird that she says like little soldier. I just climbed to the top of a mountain. Like, that's
I
it.
hope he wasn't too much of a
Not even a
bother,
mountain,
Gemma
a hill.
dear.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a mountain, but it's not like
Quite the
Everest.
opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him.
It was a couple 100 feet.
We got
max.
attacked by a monster at the top of the tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next.
So did I with a
That mark
sweaty
on his
ass
hand
hand.
suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me. Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along.
So I'm not nice and ordinary. Thanks, Ma.
Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk.
Just became an adult. Figured the birds and bees was coming.
Here.
But... Oh.
Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to just go telling people when I'm just a baby.
What?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny and that there was something you had to do.
Yeah, kill slimes,
He
man.
said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king.
What could go wrong with that?
He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder.
All right.
Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Cool. This place kind of sucks.
Well, I can't
I
stop
already
you
have
leaving, I'm
swords.
sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
I didn't figure you expected me to be a farmer. They said that monsters aren't on the tour, but you somehow set me up with a sword. Okay, don't know what to do now. Go for a little walk. Cool. It's a fun, non-pushy way to get me to leave and go trigger another cutscene, I'm going to imagine. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah, we're going to stick with great swords. That's what I want to do. We'll equip the Trodain Togs. Now it'll be our... So when you equip certain outfits that have the shine, just changes your entire look. This is what the character from 8 looked like. This was his exact costume. So I'm gonna put it on now as our like, ooh, we're a man. This is our new outfit. Mainly because Gemma had a cool bandana, and I kind of want one as well. So. Oh, look. There Jim is. Also can't sleep. How convenient.
Oh, can't sleep. You remember this tree, don't you?
It is one of 5 in the village, yeah.
I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh?
Yeah, we're all just...
You know, I always
Stuck in
imagined we'd
trees,
spend
man.
our whole lives right here in Cobblestone.
Sounds like a crap life. Sounds like a one-way ticket to being inbred, but...
That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing.
Yeah. She did basically confirm that people can reincarnate. That's kind of wild to drop on kids, but...
I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day.
Great story.
When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since.
It's kind of creepy.
That's his star, right there.
Ah, the red one that sticks out? Yeah. It's not good. A red star doesn't seem like a good thing.
How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get... I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand. Really, I do.
It's weird that she doesn't understand. My mom already confirmed reincarnation's real. What's your problem, lady? Like, she explained this.
Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to.
Like, I'm the reincarnated soul of somebody else.
Goodbye, old friend.
Old is right. Sounds of it, I'm like thousands of years old in the soul. Oh, she runs like the lady that plays Cindy in Scream. Or not Cindy. Cindy's the Scary Movie version. I can't remember what her name is in Scream, but all ready for the road.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you.
I wish he weren't dead either, lady, but you keep bringing him up.
You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him.
Well, you know, they only gave us one scene together when I was an infant, and then now we jump forward in time, I'm an adult and he's dead, so maybe they could have flushed that
Well, however you
relationship out a
turn
little
out,
bit better.
I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things.
Fun fact, you will get something that flushes out your
Oh,
scenes with
by
him.
the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once.
Well, thank you.
Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Heliodor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure.
Still-
But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
What else do they have to do? Also, it's weird. How do you have money? Well, how does this village just not operate off a barter system? Like, why is there an economy here? I didn't think we got that much trade. We're just some culty hillbillies that live off in like a really weird remote section of this country, which is basically what you are in every one of these Dragon Quest games. I just want to point out, you are usually some backwater hillbilly with a greater destiny ahead of you than your 16 years of farming have lucked out. Although some of those games start you off on a real Kid Gohan journey, and you're like 8 years old when you start killing monsters and getting into all sorts of trouble. We're going to save before we take off, because that would be wise. Something I wish I did enough. Okay, so this is how we save. We basically make a confession to a priest, and that's how we say it. It's a little Catholic organ music. So maybe he's not a believer in the Almighty or the Goddess, depending, because he didn't say that. Usually they say something like that in the little thing they do for you. Really wondering, like, how weird of a offshoot cult are we compared to the regular religion in this universe? But go to the shop over here. Each unique weapon has its own icon I like. Not every piece of armor shows, though. It's usually just shields, and then the special ones. I've always thought it weird that they offer you a lesser option when they basically give you gear to start with. Yeah, we're not going to change the sick outfit we've got for just one more point of armor. Not really worth it. We can technically wear that costume even with other armor on. We can just make it like a skin, but I don't know. That feels kind of cheap. I don't care for doing that for the most part. Most of the outfits based on our character are pretty like story focused, so they'll be pretty neat in their own right. But I'm going to... You know what? We're going to use the Seeds of Skill on us. Our character doesn't know he's going to get companions. For all he knows, he'll be doing this all alone. The way people talk to my guy, he doesn't know anything about the world's history and doesn't even know what the Luminary is. So this is the skill tree. It'll get fleshed out in the sections down south between Luminary, Sword Mastery, and whatnot. But yeah, there's one for each weapon type, and then this would be like the just general stats and like spell casting. Zap is cool, but not really good for anything. I always go for passives that just increase base attacks, because it's a guarantee. The bottom tree is all passive for the most part, other than like Poof, which has a small chance of just straight up disappearing enemies, and then Zap, which is just us calling lightning, which basically means lightning is like our element, I should say. Yep, didn't say goodbye to anybody. Most of the characters in this game have each an element in regard to
One
like their
day you're
spellcasting.
just a
They can't
little
cast
boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become.
Yeah, that would be neat.
To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating I mean, since he brought you to Cobblestone.
I don't know why it needs to be a secret from everybody that I was floating down the river.
We never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things.
Think just the one, and it's me. Maybe show some respect there, old man.
You know who the luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness.
Nope, didn't know that.
We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say.
Yeah, the magic birthmark on my hand that matches the symbol of the luminary definitely isn't a clue.
Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone.
I'll do that. A little bit of foreshadowing.
If he finds out this is the village where the luminary
Yeah.
was raised,
Yeah, you will
there might
get
be
a
something
reward
in
of some
it for
kind.
us, if you catch my drift.
You greedy old dodger.
Oh, you are terrible.
Oh, no. Yes. No, but you must allow us to offer what little...
Oh, thank you. A whole entire map of the world's pretty sick. And a horse? That might be like one of 2 horses in the entire village. That's neat, guys. Thank you.
And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way. You'll find Heliodor easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
It's a nice dig to make it the only city nearby.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Yep. Not gonna do anything dangerous at all the entire time I'm out, I promise.
Wait! Here, take this with you. I made it for you.
My favorite starting girl is always gonna be Erin from DQ9.
It'll keep you safe. I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you?
Erin from DQ9 and then Bianca from, I think it's it's 6. It's 5 or 6.
Take care.
Because they both have their own goals. Like Bianca, like you can potentially make your wife, raises a saber cat, it's pretty kick-ass. Erin wants to run the world's greatest inn, like has her own goals, you know. Very career-oriented. Okay, so I'm going to get off the horse. Because I really don't care for the experience for the most part. It's kind of fun sometimes, but right now we're just going to walk. We don't need to be riding the horse. Let's go find us some more pun-based enemies, you know? That's what this game's all about. It's what all DQs are all about. It's pun-based enemies. Checking to find where some cool free stuff is. So there's that. Felt like there was a free pot in here somewhere. I don't know. It's hard to pass up free gear, but I was pretty sure there was like a free something else in here. Alright, so there's Needlers. We've already fought those. And I think these are Stark Mans. Stark Ravens. Which I imagine is like Edgar Allan Poe reference. We're pretty much going to two-hit everything, and we're going to do a little bit of walking around and looking, just to boost our ability a little bit, so that way we can, like, one-hit most stuff. By the time we get to where we're going. Okay, my controls a little bit. Give me a little drift on that, but oh, it didn't even open that. Okay, so here's the map of the region. Mangle Grove sounds like a lovely place for a nice little vacation. Emerald Coast sounds a lot more lovely than Mangle Grove. I wonder which of those we'll get to see first. Be Mangle Grove. Nothing like a first little starter area dungeon. Draki, another like classic Dragon Quest enemy type, I should say, because there's multiple different kinds of Drakis. Love that little whoa 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 sound they make when they jump away. Or jump away when they're murdered and get thrown about. Another one of the classics and my favorites, Cruel Cumber. There's a spin-off to these series where you can combine and breed different monsters. Always my favorite starters, the Cruel Cumber. Because when you kill them, they get knocked back because they're goofy, and then their spears stab them in the stomach. It really is level 5 that we unlock skill points, other than the seeds I've already got, which I wasn't supposed to have. Yes, in this, if you're high enough level, some enemies will just instinctively flee from you because there's like a, I don't know what the formula they use, but basically it's the, hey, I'm gonna get my ass kicked formula that they use to flee, which I kind of respect because it doesn't make sense that in some games like the starter area wolves don't start fleeing when you've killed God and saved the world like 8 times. So those beady little eyes. Those are basically the same grunt sounds our hero makes the entire game. They're going kind of easy on us for now because it's just solo, but things do ramp up in difficulty significantly, even in normal mode up to a certain point here. Buzzhorn. This is where you can get yourself in stickier situations when you get to large groups. These would be like the only enemies other than, yeah, once like the land changes, usually you get like a different type change as well.
Oh, it can be risky heading into the great outdoors if you aren't familiar with the basics of survival, you know. Well, fear not, because that's where I come in.
Thank you, random
See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you to settle down for the night, just what's that? You're worried about being attacked by monsters while you sleep? Oh, ye of little faith. That statue over there is chock full of holy powers that'll keep the beasties at bay for as long as you need.
Celestians, but they're not in this game, except for like those little taco ghost guys I mentioned earlier. You go meet them,
Anyway,
you go back in time to previous.
Then why don't you take a closer look at all this camping kit for yourself?
They are involved in that.
You
But your
need
main
to get
character
used
in
to
Dragon
what
Quest IX
campsites look like and how to
was a
find them.
Celestian.
After all,
Which are basically just
you'll be
angels.
relying on them whenever you're out in the wilderness. It's like my old dad always said,
Okay, we're gonna.
keen campers can continue on where others...
Yeah, this guy, basically all that was just to tell us we could camp. So we're gonna go in this guy's house. We're gonna destroy any pots he may have made. We're gonna sleep under the protection of our Lord or Lady, depending on who the god is in this universe. I can't really remember. Perfect. There are sometimes like shops at camps. I think most camps actually have the shop as well. Oh, here are some of the toggles I was talking about earlier. Some of them in game are that are different colored are the ones you actually have to find at like I'm gonna go this way. That are like have like they have passwords or passwords or is what they call them. that lead you to the different like little maps from the old games, which is kind of nice. It's nice they did like a little throwback. Really trying to do is at least see every monster in each region before you move on, because it'll be a while before you get to come back, or like have a convenient reason to come back, you know. This is the symbol of Heliodor, is like the double-headed eagle, I think it is, or Chimera wings are used to teleport to and fro. Different places you visited. This little Tockle just dragging his alarms behind him. They're kind of built like Jake from Adventure Time. My favorite, some of my favorite design enemies are the Bunicorns, just because they're Bunicorns. Splatty-Punks, another absolute classic. Or Platypunk, sorry. Splatty-Punk's a higher version. They really knock it out of the park by showing you like all the classic monsters. This is really like a return to form for the series. Dragon Quest X was a Japanese-only MMO, and it kind of like I heard it wasn't terrible, but it kind of lost its way in comparison. So I think this game really was like them trying to consolidate and go, hey, this is what this game means. That's a little hammer hood up there, which is basically like a little brownie wearing like an executioner's mask with a mallet. Which is neat. This is a fright bulb. Scary little things. Hammer hoods. Their gimmick is they can psych themselves up, which makes them do more damage, or like crit, which fighting one of them, yeah, whatever, you're gonna beat them. But if you get like a group of 5 or 6, they can actually be like a party killer. Especially the heightened versions later on, if you aren't careful. I do like this little guy's just taking a nap. But yep, chest here. I find it really sad how well I remember where some of these are. Then we're going to go back down and explore. My goodness, it is one heck of a monster yawn. Monster yawn, not a monster in the series, I don't believe. But I believe there's one more enemy we haven't seen in this region, which should be down here by the water. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a toad. Or a frog of some kind. Toady, yeah, really just kind of phone that one in. That would have, like, muted me, I think, is what they call it. That would have stopped me from casting spells. I can't remember the word they use for it in this. Every RPG has their own different name for that mechanic, but... I guess we'll go over here and collect some of whatever this... I believe there's, like, a weed over here that we shake that gives us... Nope, it is just the little spot. Okay. There's an awful lot of armor and stuff to craft in this game, which I like a lot. That's one of the options I sometimes will turn on in Draconian Quest, is the crafting armor. Or not able to use shops, just because a lot of the stuff you can craft or find is better anyway. It's a lot more scarce, so it's like you're going to be rocking some people in your party are going to get neglected. There's a character in this game I don't really care to use just because like their playstyle is a little in normal it's not really necessary, the game's not hard enough. Sometimes some of these characters instead of just shilling right out front. As far as I know, they're not important for them. I think the city design of this game is very pretty. I think it's very well thought out for like the fact that they know that not every building needs to be explorable, you know? It's a Dragon Quest game. They know what they're doing. The purple dots are quests. This one nets us some kitty litter because this lady's cat is stuck on the roof, and then we'll get this one. I remember how to do both of these. The cat one always takes me a second to figure out how to get on the roof, but you can find me a book. Okay, so this is just finding a book in town. I'm skipping him along because it's kind of boring. All I really need to do is go read a book and bring it back to him. But you have to be careful about doing some of these quests in time, or like between acts the world shifts and then you're unable to complete them. But what I like is the quest catalog in this game tells you when a quest becomes available in a certain town. Like if you flash over the number in the catalog, it'll go, hey, try talking to so-and-so in this village. They might have something interesting to say, and then that'll be a quest event. So I think it's a much more fun way of doing it than just having to hunt down like every scrap of information or rumor. Okay, we can skip this. This is about the 2 knights in this town. Or 2 of the knights, I should say. But they're the only 2 that are going to get any screen time other than like the mindless hordes. So again, we're going to make a mad dash for any valuables in the house. Because we're the hero, that's what we do. Sometimes books will have like recipes in them. Okay, I don't know. No, the ones that don't are just usually dumb. But yeah, reading the red books on the bookshelves will give you recipes. As I said, crafting in this game, fantastic. It's a nice, solid system. You can't abuse it and like craft things that are too powerful for you too early, unless you get really lucky. I'm trying to remember how to get onto the roof. No, it's just a room. Okay, well that wasn't it. No, come on, man. Controller's being difficult. Alright, yeah, I think it's in here. That's the basement, that's not it. This is the one quest that always gives me trouble right off the rip. It is arguably the easiest. Oh, found another bandana. Not as sick as ours because it's red. There's that. Oh, that's right. He's on the other. Duh. That was dumb of me. I always confuse him with being on this one. And if you can't get to him from this, it's the adjacent building that connects. I can't be heard over the game music. Alright. It's just informed that... can you hear me over the game music now? Is this a more suitable Would help if I didn't have my mic kind of turned the wrong way as well. Not turned the wrong way, but... Perfect. Well, good thing nobody else was really listening the whole rest of the time anyway. Thank you to the person that pointed that out. That's what it's all about. We really are a hero. That Gemma lady from our village is right. Bag of kitty litter. You know, all in a hard day's work. All in a hard day's work. Here we go. We found the book for this nerd. It is weird that we're in this medieval world and he has some modern looking glasses, but I guess it is what it is. Alright, should be the only 2 quests in town, so now we're going to do what everybody likes to do and just go beef up a little bit. Copper Chopper. Yeah, everything in this game is... Sometimes they'll have special effects. This one does not because it's just the second. Talked about earlier, going to stick with the whole great sword build. Keep everything sorted out. Defense up by 1. Man, the love of a small town girl improves their defense by 1. What a miracle of modern magic or science. Yeah, don't really have any money. That's fine. Most of this early game stuff's surpassed very quickly, but cool. Now what we're going to do is, because we're the reincarnation of it, we're just going to stumble into the castle. We're just going to walk right in. Nothing bad's going to come from that. Nothing bad at all. I like their conquistador helmets.
Halt! Not so fast.
Stay.
Here, shake my hand, mate. That's the funniest one I've heard all week.
Look at that guy's mustache.
Clear off.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? You want to show that pendant to the king, you say?
Yeah, that's what I... Well, it's not what I said. It's what my character said off screen, apparently, because he never talks.
Do you mind waiting here a minute?
I like their spears. I don't know if you can get one in game, but I think they're a cool-looking weapon.
Huh? Ever so sorry for that little misunderstanding. Please, go right on through. His Majesty's waiting for you.
Thank you much, gentlemen. Finally getting the proper respect I deserve around here. Alrighty. We're not going to loot the cat because we will come back here and there's really nothing in here that we can get right now. That's great. As a loot goblin that's already picked this place clean every time he's come in here.
That will be quite close enough. Welcome to Heliodor Castle, friend.
Heliodor Castle. I do like their very nondescript English accents.
The Jewel of Dundrasil.
Yep.
You are bold indeed to have made your way here alone, Wanderer. I am Carnelian, ruler of Heliodor. How long have I waited for this day? And now, finally, we meet. Truly, it is an honor.
Honor to meet you too.
The fact that you come here proffering the jewel and asking to speak with me personally would suggest that you know something of your true nature.
Apparently reincarnation is real, and I'm a dude.
Also bear the mark.
A dude that saved the planet like 1,000 years ago.
Yes, the mark of light. Then there is no doubt. You are he.
That's what I've been saying. I like this. I like this dude's kingly mullet. Look at that. Look at that mullet.
Rejoice, dear subjects. The day is upon us at last. The luminary walks among us once more. Tell me, O luminary.
Uh-huh.
Where exactly is it that you hail from? I see. Cobblestone, you say?
It's like the only village in the area.
Jasper, you know of this place?
I do, my liege. A village of provincial nobles deep in the rocky south.
Hey.
Then I take it you know what to do. Do not disappoint me.
Yes, my liege.
Oh, music turned.
Accursed luminary.
Plot twist.
I know not what your intent was in coming here alone, but whatever your wicked scheme, know that it shall not succeed.
Plot twist on the hero's journey trope.
Hendrik, take this cur, this harbinger of calamity, and cast him into the furthest corner of the dungeon. Know this, the luminary is the root of all evil and will bring naught but misery to our realm.
Dun dun dun.
And why is this? The reason is simple. Just as light is intertwined with darkness, so too is the luminary intertwined with the dread Lord of Shadows. His coming heralds the resurrection of the Dark One.
Oof. Always got to be a dark one.
You really think you could fool one as wise as His Majesty? It was your great misfortune to confront one who knows your true nature. Men, seize this wretch.
I really like the plot twist on this, like the whole, because all the other DQ games, typically the first kingdom you come to, you're pretty much welcomed. Yeah, this is the wonderful work of Akira Toriyama. They're being rather nice for thinking that I'm like the root of all evil. You figure they'd have like beat me a little bit or like pushed me down.
To hail from Cobblestone. Well, before the sun has set 3 times, we shall know the truth.
Cool. Could have just said in 3 days.
By then, Jasper will have returned from his investigation.
Yeah, strange feeling they're not going to be super nice to my mom.
If I were you, Darkspawn, I would not expect to live beyond that day.
don't really know why it matters where I'm from. If you hate me, just execute me. Don't leave me down here. I like that they subvert one trope, but they're definitely doing the other of, let's not kill him right away. Let's investigate first. Okay, well, first thing we got to do, crash these pots. Hey, you shut up. I'll do what I want. The guy's going to tell me that making a racket won't do any good. Dude, this cell's even got its own toilet. That's kind of sick. Oh, hooded stranger. Could this be a companion?
Will you keep it down in there? Most folks they throw in here have the decency to wait a while before going stir crazy.
I'm going stir crazy day one. I want to assert my dominance.
What are you in for, anyhow? You don't get free bed and board down here without having done something pretty bad.
You know, basically just like the magical end of all times.
Wait, did you say the Luminary? You're serious?
Yeah, reincarnation's real, big dog. Life's a wild thing.
You're telling me the Luminary has just shown up in the cell next to mine? This is crazy.
One plate of delicious gruel for the gentleman in the dungeon suite. Come and get it.
Well, that's awful polite of him. I was waiting for like the Batman Adam West like pow to pop up on the screen, but it didn't with that. Little disappointed. Would have been the biggest subversion of all if that guy just kills us in our cell.
The Luminary? You're serious?
Yeah.
So it's all happening just like the seer said it would. We'd better get out. Huh? Wait here.
Just gotta go kill a guy real quick.
You? But
If he'd have come back like covered in blood, that would have made me just like
Don't worry, I didn't
caked
kill
in it. Oh,
He
well.
won't be waking up anytime soon. Things will get pretty hairy up ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. We're the
well,
heroes.
I found this in a corner over there. I guess it's your stuff, right? Me, I got this little beauty back, so now I'm pretty much unstoppable.
Thief class.
We'd better get out of here before any more of our tin-headed friends come knocking. Holler when you're ready to move out, okay?
So weird lightning. Eric is based on his spells once we get more access to him. Earth.
I spend ages digging this hole, and you just happen to show up the day I finish it? Heck of a coincidence.
Yup.
Guess I really was meant to help you out, just like the seer said.
You know, magic does exist in this world.
Anyway, there'll be time to talk about all that later. In you go.
It's weird to me that in a world that magic exists, people get told crazy stuff all the time. They're like, no, that's wild. That couldn't be. It's not like magic is real or anything. Yeah, it is. People use it every day.
The sewers, huh? Well, there must be a way out somewhere. Lead the way. I got your back.
All right. Oh, cool, cool. Let's just collect this. Oh, look, human poo. Oh, no, a medicinal herb? Yeah, I'll definitely eat that thing I found in the sewer next to poo. Alright, well, that sucks. There is some relatively okay loot in there later on. It just sucks as a loot goblin having to pass locked doors that you know you can't unlock right now. It's not a good feeling.
There they are! You lot, over here!
You know, I don't think I will.
Damn it. We better make ourselves scarce.
Oh, he just swore.
Come on, this way.
You know what? Say what they will about this medieval world. Gonna go out on a limb and say that their populace is pretty healthy. This is one of the better sewer systems I've seen in a medieval fantasy game. All things considered, whatever city planner they used must have really thought ahead. Oh yeah, he definitely didn't totally just see me. Oh, okay. Well, at least he saw that. I basically stepped on him. So Eric's not going to use knives for us. Once I get control of him. Ah, shoot. Eric could really use a heal. That's not good. I really need to not die this turn. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Did not pay attention to health. Would have been real embarrassing to have to redo a bunch of that. Did I go the wrong way? Ah, dang it. I went back the way I came. Alright, well, this sucks. At least that guy's still knocked out. Not dead, just knocked out.
Follow my lead.
Time for a very beautiful, well-timed cutscene. Definitely not at all coincide with the bathroom.
These guys don't give up, do they? Seriously?
Funny that I spent time complimenting the sewer build just for a bridge to collapse when more than 2 people are on it. for those of you that were not listening earlier, those wahs and ahs are the only sounds our character will make the entire game. True classic silent protagonist.
You okay? Looks like we shook the guards, at least.
Yeah, pretty sure those ones are dead. Gonna have to mention it's really hard to swim in full
That
plate.
looks like a way out. Maybe our luck's about to change.
Yeah, there's a religious symbol down here too. Cool. It's definitely a lot more terrifying than unconcerning. If you wind up in a random cave because you fell down a pit and there's just a random religious statue, probably not a good thing. Okay, figured there'd have been some loot. But ooh, well that's not good.
Wait, there's something there.
Yeah, it's a big old dragon, my dude. So despite how awesomely impressive they've made our character seem, just gonna let you know a little secret right now, we're not fighting him. That is a later game enemy. End of Act 1 for sure.
If we stand and fight, we're dead.
Uh-huh.
Let's get the heck out of here.
Yup. We will come back and kill that guy later, but
Let's get out of here.
yeah, no, that's another classic monster in this game. Is like the Great Dragon would be like a gold version of that, but that is the classic Black Dragon.
Well,
usually one of the more endgame bosses or enemies, but in this one's more like an end to Act 1. Has wings, dude. Yeah, they're probably my favorite monster design in this game.
come on, quickly.
I like how instead of like just the ivory, it's like it looks a little more silver than white. As far as like their horns and spines go. Oh. That wasn't cool. Oh, those are metal slimes. Those are worth a lot of experience if you ever get the chance to kill one.
Has it gone?
Just about finished with my drink, which if you weren't here for it earlier is a strawberry lemonade with cherry juice and gin. Eric just raised a very important question that I skipped over. It is curious what he's doing under the castle. Don't know if we ever get an explanation for that. This came out, I believe 2018. Or late 2017. Dragon Quest has a very slow turnaround in regards to their games. They take a lot more time than Final Fantasy does because they stick with a very specific format, and it takes time to innovate that and do something new. Final Fantasy will switch up their thing like every game. So, oh, more guards, cool.
The Darkspawn.
It's funny playing Dragon Age, hearing Darkspawn in another game, but I have to imagine it is easier to outrun people wearing full plate mail armor.
Looks like our luck finally ran out.
I'm a main character, dog. We'll be fine.
There they are.
No. If they catch us, we're dead meat.
Cool. If we jump off a 1,000-foot cliff, 99,999 times out of 10,000, we're dead.
I believe in you. I believe in the Luminary. I don't have much choice.
Come on. Let's not do anything stupid now.
Like, the only reasonable character in this whole game.
The name's Eric, by the way.
Well, nice to meet you before we die. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Scaling-wise, seems like this cliff is like 1,000 feet up. New theory, everything after this black screen is just our characters' ghosts. Okay, there would be the shout out for who does the music. Tokyo Metropolitan Orchestra. Shout out Yuji Horii. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Oh, I wonder if that's another. More companions, perhaps? Maybe? One of my least favorite bosses is that squid that lives quite a while before I have to fight, thank goodness. It's basically a Machamp, but from hell. This is an intro. This is like there was an intro, so this is like the end of the prologue, beginning of chapter 1 intro, basically. Kind of letting you know what you might be in store for as far as Act 1 is concerned. That dragon may have been the Zenithian dragon or Zenithian dragon from the from games 4, 5, and 6, which is called like the Zenithian trilogy, which I don't think take place in the same world. At least it's so far apart that it's a different map, but they are technically a trilogy.
Come on, up you get.
Weird, we didn't die.
Finally. I was worried we'd lost you for a minute there. You've been out cold ever since we jumped. Had to drag you all the way here on my own.
Yeah, dude, we jumped off like at least a 500-foot high cliff. Should be dead.
But what a jump it was. I closed my eyes, put my faith in the Luminary, and somehow didn't get smashed into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, religion's real on this one.
In fact, I woke up on the forest floor at the bottom of the cliff without a scratch on me.
All right, we didn't even land in the water.
What a little faith can do.
All right, yeah, that's not a little faith.
Anyway, I guess you and me must be at the top of the King of Heliodor's most wanted list by now.
I'd say so.
Which means we can't hang around here too long. Let's go say thanks to the nun who looked after us and be on our way.
Cool. Ah, that's right. He's not my companion yet till I say goodbye to the nun.
Ah, there you are, my children. I trust that your friend here is fully recovered.
I am standing there, miss. Thank you for the well wishes, but you don't need to ask that. I am standing in front of you.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's just fine. Thanks for looking out for us. We owe you one.
Not at all, dear. I'm just happy to see you both well again. But if you are leaving, you must be careful on the road. It seems some dangerous criminals have escaped from the capital and are at large somewhere in the area. Oh, I shudder to think what wicked deeds they might be capable of.
I'm sure they're real monsters.
Criminals, you say? Dear me, that doesn't sound good. And you heard this when you were in Heliodor?
I did indeed, my child. There were guards everywhere. They are searching high and low for the villains. And I heard that the mighty knight Sir Hendrik himself has headed to the mountains in the south with his troops. They say he means to block the road to Cobblestone, the village the fugitives came from.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oh, but you must forgive me, poor lambs. I did not mean to alarm you. They will
thank you, dear.
soon be caught, I am sure. Justice will be done. And until then, you are free to remain with us for as long as you please.
Well, adventure's over. I'm going to be a nun now.
Thanks. We're going to get a little fresh air. We have a few things to discuss, right? Cobblestone, eh? Never heard of the place. I never even knew anyone actually lived in those mountains down south. Is that really where you're from? I'm guessing you want to go see what's happening down there. But you need to be smart. You won't get past Hendrik unnoticed.
All right, New York, Heliodoran. How about you relax?
If you're going to make it there without getting caught, you'll need to avoid the main road. And if you want to do that... But I've got things to take care of in Heliodor first. So, are you coming along for the ride? I did help you break out of that dungeon, remember?
No, that's fine. The thing you have in a house is more important than my family and the village I was raised with possibly being murdered, but that's cool. Yeah, let's definitely do your thing first.
That's the spirit. But we can't have you bringing us any unwanted attention. Ah, I've got just the thing. Here, put this on and keep your face hidden. Otherwise...
Oh, yeah. Let's not do anything to cover up that tattoo/birthmark that marks... Oh, whoop. Can't even tell.
That's more like it. If you're going to be a wanted man, you might as well look the part. Right. Let's head north and hit town. Glad you're coming along. The seer told me to stick with the luminary when I found him, and that's just what I'm going to do.
I can't remember if we actually ever meet the seer or not, but he talks about her an awful lot. Eric with a K. Fingerless gloves like Andrew Dice Clay. Pet powers. Basically the special abilities of this game. We're going to skip through this. That's fine. It's what the old warriors used to look like in the early games, so they've just kept it this long. There's lots of like archetypes for characters, and warrior is one of them. That's what they've always looked like, unfortunately. Okay, so basically I need to get us both pepped up at the same time. When one character's pepped up, it increases the odds that the other one will also be pepped up. So that at least makes it a little easier. But what we're going to do now, Eric's not going to be a dagger man. He's going to be a boomerangs guy. Which attack every enemy, but I think it goes down in attack the more it hits, if I remember. I haven't used one in a while. But I want each of them to use a weapon that's like unique and... because it'd be easy to use swords for... I could use swords for 4 out of the 8 characters in this game, but I would rather use Great Sword for him, which only 2 can use. Boomerangs are only an Eric thing. So we're going to make it very unique and get to use some of the more creative and like fun things in the game. These first 2 great swords are the ugliest great swords in the game. So a lot of the abilities like target specific types. There's enough slime enemies in this game that slime is just a straight up category of characters. Or enemies. Great swords are more focused around dealing heavy damage. There's a couple of them that hit like large groups of enemies, but we'll just hold off and follow this tree before we start doing anything else. Helichopter's a fun thing. Plus, some of these pieces unlock like hidden pep abilities with other characters in the game. Stump chumps. See, back to the pun-based enemies. You can change your team's tactics. So that way you don't have to control them. You can really just control your guy, which on normal is going to be the way I'm going to do it. It's really the easiest. The computer's pretty good for the most part. At least anything I'm trying to do. Oh, there's just one of those tackle guys taking a walk. I think they're like, I believe it's the little tackle ghosts are like the keepers of time or something. It's weird. There's lots of weird lore in these games. We will meet them in the end of the next region is where we will first meet them. And when we go to their little realm, it's actually 2D. It's very neat. That's the place that has all the little different smaller maps from the previous games, which is nice. There's a few of the previous games I haven't played. Specifically 10 being it was only in Japanese, and I don't know Japanese. But we're about to fight my second favorite type of enemies, just around this corner. I think saber cats are cool. I try to get one in every game that I can, in regards to the collecting and combining monsters, just because I think they're awesome. Yeah, standard wisdom in most of those combiner games is that 4 saber cubs get you 1 saber cat, but I think they've changed that in recent years. Two critical hits in a row. Yeah, so when you're pepped up, your stats increase. Critical chances, I think one of those for our character. Different stats increase for different characters.
We can do this.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, once one character's pepped up, really hope that was the right one. I think it is. It'll let us know after the quest if that was the correct pet power or not we're supposed to use. It's really going to suck if I'm going to have to go through that all over again, but... The real decoy. Alright, cool. Most of the quests in this game aren't hard. They're just time consuming. Later on, you'll need like 3 different characters or 4 to have the same, to be pepped at the same time. So saving these items I got as a DLC early order bonus called Pet Pops are really the only way to do that without pulling your hair out. I think there's one more chest down here, if I remember, tucked behind this bush. Seed of Strength. Sick. We'll just save all those for now. There'll be characters that need them more than these two. Agility, Eric's going to be fine with. He's the fastest, and then my character's okay. The hero's always good at everything for the most part. If I remember correctly, we're about to get a gold ring as a reward for this quest. It's a yes, gold ring. Before we do that, in these games, always check wells. Always good stuff in wells. Pro tip, kids. Always good stuff in wells. Disclaimer, do not go looking in wells for good stuff. Someone just left some perfectly good pots down here. Be a shame if somebody just walked up and smashed them. Yeah, I don't like how the warriors look, but I do appreciate the nostalgia in them. Yeah, I appreciate them. A gold chain, not a gold ring. Dang, that was close. Yeah, that's how the warriors used to look back in the 8-bit days. A lot cooler then. Don't know if I care for like the salmon and dark salmon, but... Boosted our HP and our charm. Charm is necessary for certain abilities, not really anything our character needs to worry about. I mean, I'm playing him, so he's already going to be charming enough, but... Eventually, we'll be able to unlock dual wielding somewhere in his tree. But for now, Eric's just gonna have to be a single boomerang boy. Yeah. So there's dual wielding, and then the ability to use, I think, full strength when dual wielding is further down. Because your offhand is always... excuse me. Man, did not mean to yawn that hard, but your offhand is always a little weaker. Double boomerang him is kind of broken. It's kind of why I like it, but... Alright, we approach the lower dredges of the city. I'm not jumping down for that. This is where the riffraff, the lower rabble of the cities, hang out.
Welcome to Down. About a year.
There is a side game in this series that is very much Pokemon, where you just play a monster tamer. But in that, you can combine them to form completely different monsters than the two that you combined. And you can give them like full equipment, so you're able to actually give your monsters like weapons and stuff too. It is, I prefer it to Pokemon in that regard. We're gonna finish our way just digging through here. That's what minstrels all look like, or bards in this world. He wouldn't bother. Alright, well, it seems like our character is looking for the dump, so we will finish looting through the buildings down here, and then we will progress with that. But I'm pretty sure it's just an automated cutscene once we get far enough down. Yep, right here. So that was the dump. Story so far. If you ever get stuck, that's what you can do, is just click story so far. Okay, don't need this much explanation for... Alright, well, it's not ready to give us any more then. That's a coin from the country that we hail from. The little cutscene in the beginning with all the monsters attacking, that's what that shilling is from. Horse manure you shouldn't have.
This is the spot. Keep a lookout, okay?
It's the dump. Who cares if you're digging through the dump, man?
It's definitely... You gotta be kidding me. Wait a minute. That rat! He must have done the dirty on me and taken it for himself.
Yeah, if you and one other thief know where it's at, then...
I should have known. A thieving little... Wait till I get my hands on it. I'm gonna find him. Okay. The inn we used to crash at is just over there. Come on. It's the only one with an upstairs. You can't...
Yeah, that is a pretty good indicator that it's... it would be the only building with an upstairs, yeah. what we're gonna do is climb up here. There's some good loot up here, I can tell. Can always tell. Okay, yeah, this is all... Ah, dang it. Alright, well that ran me down quick. Thought there might have been something on that lower ledge, but... Alright, so we're gonna scope out the catwalks up here, finish our looting, and then... go hit up the old inn. I think that'll be the end of it for today, but... unless I get a mighty second wind, that's going to be the end of it. Just a random kid hanging out. Not going to lie, I know this is supposed to be slums, but these houses are kind of cool. Just doing the old side shimmy. Okay, so we're gonna cross over here real quick, get those jars, and then come back because there's a chest on that ledge underneath. Can only be reached if we drop down. Alrighty. We nailed that. It's almost like the game automates the tightrope walking. It's not just me doing it myself. Should be one more little one over here. Character can do a pull-up. That's pretty cool. One more chest over here. It's another seed of agility. Man, the more seeds I get, the more I just kind of want to use all of them that I've got. But it's typically not a good idea right off the rip. Always characters that could use them more. So we're going to climb up. Those red locked symbols that you would see on the mini-map there are for a key that we have to unlock after a certain period of time. The first is the magic key, the second's the ultimate. But they've got a bunch of good loot that basically just propels you to the end of whatever act you get that key in. It's kind of nice once you get it, but it also sucks because you're like, oh, well, I guess this is the best item I can get so far with this. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, lady. Appreciate that. Okay, cutscene time.
This whole place hasn't changed a bit. Back in our thieving days, Dirk and me used to lay low here whenever things got hairy. Ruby? Ruby, you there? Ruby runs the place. Looks like she's not around, but if anyone knows where Dirk is, it's her.
I like the cutscenes in the game. up until a point, but there will be a section of the game that just does them.
So here's the plan. There's a tower they use to look out. I'll check a couple of other spots.
She's the only redhead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna spot a ginger from atop the tower. Just gonna be able to do a little ginger spotting today. Well, that's not a ginger.
Get out of here. Go on.
That's also not a ginger. She's just old. Also not a ginger. Just has a creepy old-time thieves mustache. Nope. Hot, but not a ginger.
Good dog.
Yeah, the dogs in this game are designed weird. Like, the more you look at them, the weirder they get. Oh, ginger. Spotted her. Ginger and glasses? That's 2 strikes.
Can't. You saw her heading back to the inn? Great. Let's head over there and find out what she knows.
Feels really weird that they would have made you do that instead of just letting her be at the end the first time. But I'm going to guess and assume that was their way of showing you the verticality of ladders in this game. It's my 2 cents in that.
Isn't my favorite landlady.
Welcome to our humble... Strike a light! If it ain't me favourite little tea leaf! Last I heard, they'd locked you up and thrown away the key!
Yeah, they really hit the Cockney pretty hard as far as like accents go in the lower classes of this city.
Hang about. You've gone and escaped, ain't ya? You and your friend here are the fugitives everyone's talking about.
Just keep your voice down, lady.
I know not to stick me big nose in where it ain't wanted. You always did like to sail close to the wind.
Don't worry, I won't be here long.
I don't know why he sounds like he's from New York and everybody else doesn't, but...
Dirk is. Have you seen him?
Dirk, eh? Now there's a name I ain't heard in a while. Didn't he open some fancy shop up by the castle? Yeah, that was it. Raking in the cash he is, or so they say.
That can't be right. The rent up there is crazy. Where would he find the money?
Almost like he might have stole it.
Wait a second. He sold it, didn't he? The rat sold the damned orb.
Look, in this part of town, you don't go asking too many questions.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess now it's time to go find that hot chick again to distract the guard.
That no-good traitor? I'll bet he sold me out and sold the orb. And also he could move up in the world. Well, I'll get what I'm owed. You'll see. But we'll need to get past that sentry if we're gonna head uptown and find him. Wait, isn't he... Yeah. I remember hearing that one of the guards is terrified of dogs. I think it was him. Maybe we can borrow one of somebody.
It showed us that I mean, I guess it did show us he was afraid of dogs because he stopped following the hot girl for the dog. But it is weird to show the hot girl and then have that point be, oh, this guy's afraid of dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow your dog real quick. Oh my gosh, he's gonna go make me find berries in holy water. This is the old killing boars and World of Warcraft meme all over again. Alright, well I'll do that before I leave so I don't have to do it when I first get back in. That would be annoying. Just sell government-owned property. That was a soldier sword. Boxer shorts. You know, everybody needs to make sure they're comfy. More of a briefs man myself, but we'll give ourselves the pointy hat. As stat-wise, the extra magical might and mending does nothing for Eric, really. He can cast spells, but he can't heal. And he's not really good at it. It's not great. There's some situations it's useful, but nothing too major. Alright, holy water. We'll find some buzzberries. This little turd, and then that should be the end of it. I think that's a good little bit of adventure. We're like a good halfway through the first little area. Maybe a third. Okay, well, I'll get the little blue shiny thing over here now, but it's a butterfly's wing. Oh boy, a whole butterfly wing. Some buzzberries. I think these are some of the cuter game characters in the game, the little lamplings. They don't even look like enemies, they just look like friends. Okay, get ourselves a critical chance increase. Never bad, never bad. One more away from the old helicopter. At least the items we'll be fetching later in the game for some of these quests will be a little cooler than a couple berries and some holy water, but we are at the beginning. Gonna have to get the old berries and holy water out of the way to have like God's tears and dragon's toes. Alright, let's give this gift over. Kid, I got both. I just bought holy water, did I not? Oh my god. Transaction didn't go through. I hit the wrong button. This is... this is ridiculous. All right, holy water. My goodness. Why does the hold on? Why does a kid want holy water? Don't trust that. Oh, all right. We'll give this kid the stuff. We'll use the dog to get the guard out of the way. And then that'll be that. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, it was to. Oh, the holy water was to go keep monsters off his dog. Oh, that's sweet.
Halt! This gate leads to the nice part of town. My job is to protect respectable people from being bothered by rabble and riffraff.
Would rabble and riffraff have just escaped from prison, good sir?
No, not.
It's weird to be afraid of dogs in a world where there's a dragon within a football field of the place that we're standing right now. I find that odd, you know? Just a literal mythical beasts of all kinds exist, but ooh, a dog. Let's see, is the shop still open? The shop might still be open. I can't remember if this one technically has slightly better weapons or not, but really would be nice to see if I could get a better boomerang for old Eric. Cannot. Well, that sucks. Alright, we're going to go ahead and save. The next step of our journey is to find a way to sneak past the nice guards up top there. Just going to take a quick little jaunt into church. Yep. A little bit of subtle organ music. I do not intend to continue my adventure at this point, Father. A peaceful respite. And then we return to the title screen. Bing, 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 that's it. Thank you to everybody that stopped in. This will be the first in a long line of basically finishing this game in 2-hour chunks. So appreciate you stopping in. Have yourselves a good night.